Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm going to be talking about the video of why are polls wrong? Well, I do believe they are wrong. But how wrong? Okay, so let's take a look. This little snippet was from October 4th, I believe. I could be wrong. October 6th, something like that. But of course it had Trump by 2. Now I'm going to go base by base. If you can't see it, but I have a bunch of tabs open and we're going to go step by step as to what this is. Okay? If it'll ever load. There it goes, coming. First of all, we're going to take a look at the national RCP averages 2020 to 2016. Let's see. And we're going to set them all to max just so we can get a better understanding of it all. Or it'll load again. This is very unprofessional. I wish I had better internet, but I'm 17, so can't really get much. Don't you have a job? Well, kind of not. No, actually no. Long story. Should be having a job here before the election. What? It sent me to another page. Okay, it loaded. So here are the national polls, the average for Hillary Clinton back in, well, from now. This is very good. This is why I like RCP. For 13 days to the election, Hillary Clinton was up 5 percentage points. Well, it's 13 days as of now, which is probably like 2 or 3 by the time you're seeing this. I'm not sure. But Hillary Clinton was up by 5 percentage points 13 days before the election. What's Joe Biden at? 8%. Well, 8%, as you can see right there. 8%. So Joe Biden is doing tremendously better right now. But if you take a look, yeah, there was a point in time where Donald Trump, this was before the virus said, like, breaking out. As you can see right here, this is when the virus started hitting. And then there was a little backtrack a little bit. I think this was around when Bernie was still in the race. I could be wrong, however. And then ever since then, we've seen huge stagnance of Biden's approval, or Biden's average national lead. So that should tell you that Joe Biden is doing so much better than Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden is going to win the election. Yes, in around April and March he did bad. Yes, we can see that. But he is undoubtedly going to win. Can I tell you a secret? That's my prediction right now. That's how much I believe Biden's going to win the popular vote. Yeah. But that's just my prediction. Okay, these are the top battlegrounds: Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, Arizona. We're only going to be talking about the Rust Belt states right now. I'll explain why later. But 13 days for the election, Hillary Clinton's average in these 5 states was 4.1%. Now let's go up to Joe Biden's. His is at 4%. Yeah. 100 days before the election, it was at 6. Let's see here. Hillary was at 2, so Biden was doing better. But then let's take a look. With 13 days for the election, Donald Trump is currently doing better than Joe Biden. Not by much. Not by much. We are so close to election. Wow, we've been doing this for a long time, haven't we? But right now, as you can see here, there was a huge point where Donald Trump was actually doing better. Again, in the April-March area, where Donald Trump was certain to win for a lot of people. Well, a lot of people who weren't biased jackasses. And then the virus hit. And then Joe Biden started getting this massive boost. I think his peak was, what was his peak? His peak was 3.8 roughly. And then something happened around August. We don't know what happened near August. At least I don't know for Donald Trump to get a huge lead again. And then it went back down. He hit a peak of 2.8 and then it started decreasing again. And Donald Trump has now been on an upward steady, where he's either at 0 or above. So, right now, currently the top battlegrounds, Donald Trump is doing better than he did in 2016. Currently, as of the making of this video. Okay, what you're now looking at is Hillary Clinton's favorability over Donald Trump. And Hillary Clinton, 13 days before the election, had 15 points over Donald Trump. What about Joe Biden? Joe Biden is at 18 points above Donald Trump. That is good if you're a Biden supporter. It really is. Like, it proves that, yes, Biden is a more favorable candidate. Or is he really? Now, let's take a look at what the map shows right here. Yep, we're seeing a lot of red. Joe Biden does not keep a favorability lead long. I guarantee you, if Rudy Giuliani and all them, it'll probably be revealed by this point. If it's national, like Fox News covers it, and Politico and RCP and all that, where, yeah, it proves, you will definitely see this number 2.9. We will definitely see more red. I can guarantee you. And there's even a point where Donald Trump was 17 points higher in approval than Joe Biden. 17 points. Well, or at least between the two. Okay, what you are looking at now is Donald Trump's favorability slash approval. This is the same map as his approval, so maybe RCP just copy and paste. I don't know. But right now, his favorability is at 43%. He has a disapproval or an unfavorability rating of 11 points. Okay. Roughly July 8th, 2015, his unfavorability was at 39 points. He had an unfavorability rating of 62. His peak, let me get there. His peak was April 12th, 2016. Roughly around the time the primary started. And roughly around the time where everyone figured out he was gonna be the nominee, and Kasich and Cruz were like, okay, let's just try to contest as best we can. His unfavorability rose to 64% or 35% unfavorability. So you should think, how did he get the nomination with only roughly a fourth of the base behind him, or 3/10? It's a good question. Okay. It's froze. Great. Now, sorry, these things just like reloads on its own, man. It's got a mind of its own, I swear. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of cuts. Internet sucks. And so he had an all-time low, January 3rd, 2017, before he was even before he was even inaugurated into the White House. He had an all-time low with an unfavorability of 4 points. How? How was this possible? Well, his unfavorability started to drop when he won the presidency. Oh yeah. People realized that the system is not rigged. Donald Trump proved his point, and people were now looking at him more favorably. The establishment, the traditional Republicans, they looked at him and said, he's not going to win, he's just going to kill this country. He's going to kill this country, nobody's going to vote for him. And then he won, and people are like, oh crap, better start supporting him. People realized that, yeah, there is money to be made with the president. And as James McCorville said, it's the economy, stupid. And ever since then, Donald Trump's approval rating has been rough. Well, roughly the same. Ever since this drop right here, the lowest he ever got was an unfavorability rating of 19 points around August 9th. That's the lowest it's gone since he has been president. Yeah, the lowest it's been. Lowest it's been since he became president. Now, and again, his favorability is 139. 39% of people will vote for Donald Trump no matter what. Oh yeah. And ever since then, it feels like the president is on a steady but slow rise. Yeah. You can see, this is a straight line, not like most people. My history teacher, liberal, well, mostly. He says the approval ratings are not supposed to work like it is with Donald Trump. They're supposed to go up and down, depending on the situation. With Trump, it's different. He gave me this example. Bill Clinton, economy was good, approval rating high. Monica Lewinsky, his approval was down. Oh, the economy's good again? Approval high. It just shoots up and down. That's what it's supposed to do. Now, as you can see here, roughly around the time of the debates and all that, well, I could be wrong. Right here, as you can see, his favorability did drop near the beginning of the coronavirus. And then it rose around when people said, man, he's doing good. A little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. But right now, as you can see, his disapproval rating is steadily dropping, and his favorability rating is steadily rising. Now, let me take a look at the numbers. Right now, his unfavorability is at 11.3% unfavorability. Back when he first announced his presidency, it was 39.3. Now, I'm not going to be taking a look at that. That's not fair. Let's see here. Let's take a look at right here. Let's see here. Let's do November... Let's see, November 5th. Let me see if I can get to it. Well, maybe this... He had an unfavorability of 19.2 percentage points. That is 8 points lower than what it was in real time. Oh, yeah. And now, here's a hypothetical. Donald Trump wins the election, and his favorability drops the same like it did in real life. It drops, let's see, what was it? 19? It drops 15 points. Oh, yeah, his unfavorability drops on 15 points. guess what? That puts Donald Trump in the favorability column. Oh yeah, his favorability would be roughly 58%. Roughly. I could be wrong. Let's see, 11, and you cut that by 15, that would be approval of 4. At 15 to 43, that would be 56 approval? A 56 approval? Math doesn't make up, but roughly. I'm not a genius. I'm not going to claim to be a genius, but I'm just showing you the hard facts. Donald Trump's favorability is higher. His unfavorability is tremendously lower. It is, I think, 9 points, roughly. Like 7 or 8 points lower. So, where did those people go? Did they just magically disappear, or are they supporting the president now? Because this election's weird. I think the maximum Biden and Trump will get of their own party is 70%. Because I believe they have, because there's so many quote-unquote homeless voters out there who are either walking away from their party or voting third party. But the third party candidates aren't strong. The biggest, strongest candidate is Duncan Pierce, and he isn't on the ballot in all 50 states. That's just my opinion. Howie Hawkins is right next to him, but his party is not big enough. And that's just that's the sad truth of things. His party isn't big enough, or he would undoubtedly get 5%. If his party was as big as the Libertarian Party, he would get 5% easy. Don't even question me on that. Okay. As you can take a look here, we're taking a look at Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton in Wisconsin. This is one of the states we're going to look at. And today, as this recording is October 21st, let's take a look at what October 21st numbers were. The 21st numbers was Hillary Clinton at 6.5, and it dropped and risen. It risen above that number to 6.5? Am I getting something wrong here? Or can I not see lines? I can't see lines, apparently. 6. Okay, my bad. It did rise above that number, but Donald Trump's numbers also rose. My mistake. I just can't look at lines, apparently. But Donald Trump's polling kept rising. Well, it dropped a little bit before the election. But he still won the state by less than 7.7, or less than 1.7%, when Hillary Clinton was supposed to win it by 6.5. That is a polling error of 7.2 percentage points. Now let's take a look at Joe Biden's numbers. Joe Biden is currently at 6.3%, 2 points lower than Hillary Clinton's. If this were to happen, Donald Trump would win Wisconsin by 0.9 percentage points. Yep, 0.9 percentage points. Now, let's take a look at Michigan. October 21st. Let's take a look. October 21st, Hillary Clinton had a lead of 12 points in Michigan. Yep, 12 points. And this was when Donald Trump was on a rise in Michigan. And nobody thought he would win? Michigan, without taking a look at the polling numbers, and it showed him with a massive rise. Hillary Clinton went from 12 points to 3.6 in a matter of days. Now let's take a look at Joe Biden. If it'll load. At this point in time, Hillary Clinton, as we had established, was at 12 points. Joe Biden's only at 7.2. And the opposite effect is currently happening right now. So far. But anything could happen. Joe Biden's on a steady rise. Donald Trump is also on a steady rise. These two candidates are on a steady rise. Polling is going to continue to come out, and if anything, I do believe Joe Biden's rise will continue, and Donald Trump will just continue to be steady. But again, it shows that Joe Biden is underperforming Hillary Clinton's numbers at this point in time. Okay, now let's take a look at Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, the final result was Hillary Clinton plus 2.7. Now we're going to take a look at the map right here. October 21st. Hillary Clinton was at a lead of 6.2 percentage points. Where'd it go? We have 6.2 percentage points. And that dropped to 2.1 in a matter of days, again, or just weeks. And again, Trump won it by 0.7. The closest state was, of course, Michigan. Now let's take a look at the Trump-Biden numbers. Joe Biden, once again, underperforming Hillary Clinton's numbers by half. Okay. Now let's take a look at this, if it'll pop up. Okay, what I'm showing you is the target early 2020, at the estimated early vote count, kind of. And as you can see here, we're taking a look at Wisconsin first. Okay, the absentee early vote report. Okay, so far, Democrats are at 43.1%, and Republicans are at 33.8%, and unaffiliated are 23.0%. Okay. Now, this number, of course, Democrats is going to rise. It's going to rise from 2018. 2016, it's actually lower from 2016, which should already be bad news. But then again, more people are voting. 2020, Republicans actually dropped from that, but not by much, just by roughly like 2 points, roughly. And again, more people are voting. We're gonna have a record turnout, folks, on both sides of the spectrum. Not in people say turnout, higher turnout favors Democrats. No, it don't. It don't. It actually favors both parties. It actually favors who turns out more. Really, it does. Donald Trump is the major turnout point. He's going to turn out people who both hate him and love him. Really. Now let's talk about this. You might, based off this, you'd be like, Wisconsin's safe blue so far. You could say that. You can. But then you gotta realize, they've been saying that early voting and absentee voting is going to favor Democrats. They are saying that. With a cold hard passion. D plus 17, D plus 31. They've been saying that. But that's only a 10-point margin right there. And they're saying 85% of Republicans who are going to vote in 2020 are going to vote in person. This is a wash. So far, Wisconsin is going in the lean column, baby. Now, let's take a look at the Michigan numbers. The Michigan numbers right now. Democrats at 43.4% and Republicans at 37%. Unaffiliated at 19%. Even worse than what it was last time, or in Wisconsin. Even worse. Again, more people are voting. More people are turning out. Republicans actually have higher turnout so far, or percentage-wise, than they did in 2016. Democrats also have a higher turnout margin. Which, and again, as you can look down here, of course, these are going to be higher. Because, you know, COVID and all that. Again, this is even worse. Now, this does make me tempt to put Michigan into the lean red column, but I'm not going to, just for simplicity's sake. I don't want to risk it. But, again, 37 to 43. That is roughly 5 points. Roughly? That's like 5 percentage points, roughly. And it's supposed to be D plus 17. Now, if Democrats were to hit 55, 60, and we were still down here in the 30s and 20s, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, he's going to win. Now, Pennsylvania is different. The Pennsylvania numbers, oh boy. 67% of Democrats have voted to 26% Republican to 6.4% unaffiliated. This should worry Republicans. Joe Biden's putting all of his eggs in one basket in Pennsylvania, and it's actually showing, and guess what? He's being successful. He's being smart about it, too. Democrats have a higher turnout, like, by 22 percentage points. Republicans, they've dropped from 50% to 26%. Yeah. And based off all this data, I have the map right here. Yep. Hold on, let me just move this a little bit. Now it's not going to happen. Well, you can't see the numbers, but as of this map, it's 264 for Donald Trump, 228 for Joe Biden. Joe Biden needs to wins Michigan and Pennsylvania. This is if he wins it. If he wins it, boom. That's how he wins it by. I'll put Pennsylvania as likely just because of how the numbers are. And I'll put Wisconsin lean, just for simplicity's sake. If he wins it, he needs all 3 Rust Belt states to win. If Donald Trump were to win any state, he gets the election. He does. Now, if Donald Trump wins all 3 states, you better believe Wisconsin and Michigan are going into the lean column if he ends up winning all 3. But that's not going to happen. Based off these polling numbers, I can confidently say, as of right now, I think I can put Wisconsin into the lean red column. He'll win it by 1 to 2 percentage points. Man, these are early days of my channel where I kept saying Wisconsin's going to go lean red. Man, I can't believe we came full circle. We came full circle, ladies and gentlemen. Michigan goes tilt red, and Joe Biden flips Pennsylvania. You know what? I'll even say lean blue. I'll say lean blue. That's how confident I am. He'll flip it. If I had to say one Rust Belt state has a guarantee to flip, I'll say Pennsylvania. But Donald Trump still wins the election 290 to 248. If you're a Democrat in the Rust Belt, you better get your ass to vote if you want Biden in that office. If you're a Republican living in the Rust Belt, or anywhere, this applies anywhere, and you want Donald Trump in office, you better get your ass and vote for Donald Trump. Now, I don't care who you vote for, but don't waste your vote if you just hate the other guy. Let's say I hate Donald Trump with a passion. I am not going to vote for Joe Biden. Who would I vote for? I would most likely write in Duncan Pierce. Most likely. I would do some research, because I don't like Biden, either. Don't vote for the lesser two evils. Vote for who you believe is best. If you like Jo Jorgensen, vote for her. If you like Howie Hawkins, vote for him. I feel like, I don't know any specifically, but I feel like there are a lot of Bernie bros who like Howie Hawkins, but aren't going to waste their vote. It's not wasting your vote if you vote third party. It's not. It's not. Because one of these days, a third party candidate is going to win an election. One of these days. It might not be in our lifetime, but one of these days, a third party candidate is going to rise up and win. That's what's going to happen. That's all I got for today. Well, for this video. This is the Chaotic One saying, peace.